Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you some basic functions of Excel, which is sum, average, minimum function and maximum function. So these are the basic functions which you should know if you're using Excel. This video is useful for those who are using Excel for the first time or they find Excel very daunting. So I'll try to make them very simple in this video so then you'll find it very useful in your daily life. So as you can see on my Excel sheet, I have students and I am from academics, so I will be using the example of my students. Well, they are not my real students, but these are just made up names and some numbers. So assuming that they have taken exam in 5 modules, 5 subjects, if by simply highlighting the list of my students at the bottom of Excel over here, I can see that there are 13 students. And if I want to number them, I'll enter 1, enter 2, select 1 and 2, and then you can see on the right side bottom there is a green dot. Hold that dot, drag it down up to the last student's name, and you can see that they have been numbered. Now, assuming that these marks are from 100, so each subject carries 100 marks. So you can see the first student, Adnan, has scored 56 marks in the first subject, 61 in the second, 63 and 71 and 77. So if I want to find out how many marks in total he has scored out of 500, I will use a function called sum function. So I will type is equals to SUM. And the good thing about Excel is it will help me looking for the formula which I'm going to use. So I will double click on sum and you can see the bracket has opened. I will right click on my mouse and select all 5 marks of Adnan, and then I will close the bracket. The moment I'll close the bracket, I will hit enter and you can see that this student has scored 328 marks out of 500. And if I want to find out the marks of all the students, again at the bottom right you will see a green dot. Double click on it, bring your mouse over it. When your cursor turns into dark plus sign, double click and you can see within seconds I can find out the total marks of each student. If I want to find out what is the average marks Adnan has scored in out of 5 modules, then I will type is equals to AVE, average. So I will select average function. I will highlight all the marks, making sure that I do not select the total column. So I will select all 5 subjects marks, close the bracket, and you can see it has selected from C4 to G4. C4 is a cell number C4, so columns are in alphabetic order and rows are in numbers. So from C4 up to G4, and then I'll press enter and you can see 65.5 is the average mark scored by Adnan. And if I want to find for the other students, I'll double click and you can see that the marks have been calculated, the average marks. Now again, I cannot simply pick any student and look for the minimum marks they have scored. For example, Ren has scored, the minimum marks is 33 out of 36, 40, 42, 47. Now to save my time, I can use the minimum function, which is equals to MIN, and I will double click on minimum. I will select the range for the first student from subject 1 up to subject 5. So you can see C4 to G4, close the bracket and enter. And I'll drag it down. And now I can see that Ren over here has scored minimum marks which this student has scored, Ren has scored, is 33. Now similarly, I can find out the maximum score each student has scored in one of their 5 subjects they have entered into. I will enter is equals to max Select the marks of the first student for the first 5 modules or subjects. Close the bracket, enter. So you can see Adnan's highest score is in subject 5, which is 77. And then again I will hover my mouse over the green dot at the right bottom. When the cursor turns into dark black plus sign, I will double click on it. And these are the maximum marks. I hope you'll find this video useful, and please don't forget to subscribe and like so that I can create more content and more videos. Thank you. Bye.